Alright guys, I didn't want to make part 2, but I guess I had to. My phone cut off and I really don't feel like getting this dirty again and going through it. But if you can see, I don't know if you can see too much. It's really soaked with rim oil. Like I said, I like to soak every little part, every little crevice in here. You can see that I like to get that thing soaking wet. I like to get into those springs and really, with the same pressure, really get in there to the meat and potatoes of the situation. I like to scrub it down really well. The barrel's soaking pretty good right now, but I really do love these Glock brushes. These Glock brushes are my favorite as far as brushes go to clean your pistol. So I like this 45 caliber brush. Even though this is a 9mm, these brushes give way a little bit. And usually I have a little bit of oil here, like this vinyl cloth that I bought. That's why I have this here. I don't care if this stuff gets wet. It's not gonna hurt nothing. So usually I'll still get a little bit of oil in there, and I'll push that thing in there really well. And it's going in there with authority and really pushing out that grime. And it's a 45 caliber, so it's bigger than what it needs to be. The 9mm goes in there with ease, but this 45 really gonna get, you know, on the walls of that cylinder. You know, the bore is really gonna get in there really well. I like to do that, and then I like to put it in halfway right here and just scrub like this, where you're gonna get some contact where the round sits. I like to really brush it in real quick, and that looks pretty clean. And then I'll do this again. I'll spray, and then it comes out really black. Spray again, it's clean. And I'm gonna let that soak still for a little bit more. I'm gonna focus on the slide, and what I do is I take one of these. I got a toothbrush. I like using kind of the semi-soft. I don't use nothing really aggressive. Just kind of semi-soft frame, yeah, I guess, and just scrub in there, get all that ugly grime, and just scrub. And I don't do this with authority. It's just kind of getting it in there, and you know, this rim oil really breaks up all that all the stuff from you know, the unburnt powder. And it's really, I guess that's what it is, unburnt powder, lead fouling, casing fouling, whatever you want to call it, whatever. And then I get in there and I spray it again, and that thing is black. Where are my patches? There we go. Get these patches here. I'm generous with these two. I don't see. I'm gonna throw a few in there and really wipe off all that black stuff, so that I know that I keep losing that stuff. And then I'll get in here with the same one. I know it's a little dirty, but this is just to get like the main stuff out. You know, don't worry about the detail yet. This is just getting all the main big time crud out. You know, get in there and wipe that down. Wipe the outside. You know, it's got oil on it, so it's gonna be good to go. And this is kind of like a pre-soaking. You know, every time I clean my gun, it's always a little different, but this is kind of the pre-soaking stage. I'm still gonna go back there and brush it, so I'll leave that soak in there a little more. I'll get on the slide and I'll do the same. And then when this stuff starts getting dirty, the brush, I like to clean that as well with the rim oil. Spray it in there, really brush it down, and you start off with the semi clean brush. So those patches are done. Get some more. These things are $3, you know, $2.50, whatever. Get yourself a clean brush, wipe that down, take that little bit of oil off, soak it again, because this stuff you can tell in this finish, you know, this is not the, you know, the black finish, the whatever, you know, the melanite or anything like that. You know, this is a Cerakote flat dark earth, and one thing is that you can tell where it's really dirty, you know. And I like to get in here and really scrub down all these little intricate parts, especially the spring. I did this to my 226 this morning. I was outside watering the lawn, and I got all wet, and my gun got wet, and I don't like having a wet gun, you know, cause any problems later. So I took it apart, and I took the grips off too, and I cleaned it really well. And I really cleaned this the spring. I added a little bit of the oil that I use for my, you know, this Impro 7. I added some of this on there, and man, that trigger even lightened up even more. So I hope this is not a boring video for you guys. If it is, well, I'm sorry, but I just got to get it out there. I haven't seen too many videos of cleaning the Scorpion or anything like that. Hopefully you like this video. Hit the like, share it, whatever. You know, I don't make money on these videos, so it's just for motivation for me. If I keep getting likes on my videos, well, then I'll probably keep doing this thing. We'll see how far it goes. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying, you know, making these YouTube videos, and being part of the Fat Guy in Attack Vest. Go sub that channel if y'all haven't already. I'm gonna throw some shout outs right now that I'm cleaning this. I'm sorry I haven't made video responses to all the channels that really support me too, but I'm gonna give a shout out to Prepper Kip. He has a contest going right now, and I haven't made a VR. But man, I'm sorry, buddy, but if you're watching this, you know, shout out to you, Prepper Kip. And there's many other channels having contests right now that I just had a brain fart. But yeah, I love cleaning guns, guys, and I like to take my time, but I'm gonna kind of rush this through just so I don't make this video too long. And I like to get that in. A lot of you guys are probably like, what are you doing wasting all that ram oil? But I'm generous, man. I don't like to skimp out on stuff like my carry gun. I want this thing really clean and wet. Not too wet, but just enough. I said in previous videos, guns are like sex. Good sex, at least. You don't want friction, keep it wet. Right? Again. And gals, I hope I don't gross y'all out, but it's the truth. This stuff already, this is gonna be ready for me to just clean it all the way. This doesn't need any more pre-soaking. But man, I love this gun. To the gun shop, because I go to my gun shop, and it's a range and a gun shop, and they have their own gunsmith. There's a 229 there that man, it's got my name on it, I'll tell you that. I'm pretty sure that thing's gonna be the collection. Right now I'm leaning really towards SIGs right now, guys. I just love them. You never get that phase where you're either one caliber or you're one gun maker for a while. That's how I am right now. I'm a SIG lover. Yeah, so I like to get into all these spaces that I can. The trigger group. Q-tips too. Don't skimp out on them. You know, use them for just a little bit and get rid of them. You know, don't think, you know, you gotta make it last forever. You know, just Give it a little wipe down, and then that's it. It's probably gone. Throw it in the trash can. And my hands are, man, look at my hands. They're full of oil. I don't care. I like that. I love it. I like getting dirty. If you ain't getting dirty, you ain't working hard enough, or you ain't working right. You gotta, you know, you can't be wearing gloves while you're cleaning this stuff, because that shit's, yeah. I'm one of those guys that gets dirty, gets down and dirty. Hope this video isn't that long, and like I said, man, I keep saying that, but I love watching a good cleaning video. I'm not saying this is a good one, but there's actually a cleaning video that I'm addicted to watching. And what I like about rim oil is that it stays on there, and it dries out. It's really not too aggressive. It dries out, but it leaves a film on there, that Teflon. That's what it is. When it dries out, it still stays kind of Teflon-y, kind of slickish. It doesn't have, you know, that much friction. It's just enough to where it'll still lubricate. It's still, you know, it won't cause too much friction. You know, and that's what I like about that, the Teflon. The only thing I'll do here now is add a little bit of oil to the spring. I don't know, it probably might not need it, but add a couple drops, and I'm gonna put the grips back on. Just gonna dry those out. Those ain't dirty. Those just have a little bit of the factory oil. Just clean them off just a little bit, so that it ain't too wet. You don't want it too wet either, guys, because then you won't feel anything. Whoops, did it again. Sorry, girls. I hope I don't lose any subs over this video. Give it a little tighten. Don't do it too deep, too hard. Just a little bit. And you don't want to be too tight on that stuff. And you want to use the same, the thickness of the screwdriver. You want it to be the same thickness as your screw. You don't want it to strip your screw out. What I'm probably going to do with these though is get the hexagon screws. I seem to like those better. They're nicer because these have the flathead, right? But they're not always the same. You know, the angles will be different. And with the hexagon screw, you won't notice any of that. And just enough where it feels good, because you don't want to strip that aluminum. There you go. Beautiful. Feels good. And then I'll give this a quick one right here, real quick, over the top. That if you can see, looks clean now. Looks nice. So let's go to the slide here now. Clean this off. Brush it off. You're gonna brush these at an angle, because your hands get dirty and they get in there. I like to use the corner of it, you know, kind of just go in there at an angle. Clean this off. Get one. Had no problems with this gun. This gun ran beautifully. Man, I love this thing. Did I say that already? Yeah, I think I did. I hope you enjoyed these last videos that I posted. Just kind of random shooting it. Now you get a cleaning video. This is all the same day though, but I'm gonna post those here in just a second. But you probably already saw them. So this is gonna be the last video you see from the Sig Scorpion. You know, this little event. It's gonna go my carry leather holster, and I'm gonna carry it. What I'm probably gonna do too is get me a paddle holster for it. We'll see. I'm gonna write it in my what is it called? I forgot the brand. The Lula holster, the Lula leather, something like that. So that's pretty dry and clean. The barrel, you're gonna brush that off just a little bit right here in these crevices. Nothing major. It's not too bad. Clean the barrel off and clean it like this, or however you see that fits perfect. You know, these little crevices right here, you want to get those. That's usually where you get some. Really clean right here on the feeding ramp. You get some brass in there, and this here, what I do is I add a little bit of oil on the barrel, use my finger, give it a good wipe down just like that, and put one right here where the lug's gonna go, and that's it. And I'm gonna put this in the frame. Since the barrel's already oiled, you don't have to put any on top, because then you're gonna get all this wet. And now what I do here is I get a Q-tip, submerge it in oil, and I do all the little parts, and I don't keep it too wet here, because I'm gonna do the rails here, and do these rails. You know, I put a little oil on here wherever the metal looks shiny, and call that good. Another thing that I like about these springs is that you can take them apart, because I like to wipe these down really well. And then in the captive spring, you really can't do that. You really, you know, you're stuck with just brushing it off and taking off as much as you can. But on these, you can get away with, you know, wiping them down really well. Yeah, this stuff's gonna fall off with time. But what I do on the spring, I get it kind of wet, and let's see if I could get this to go in. Come on, go over here. All right. Okay, so I get it in there. I make it tight, and then I go all the way around. So I'm really wiping it all the way around, so you can see that. Get it in there and then wipe it all the way around, and that gets it dry. But then what I do is, like, I like being generous, I spray that once and call it good, and that oils everything up. It's good enough for me. We'll probably put this back here. That's how it came. Alright, call that good. So, oh, you know what I forgot? Don't forget usually, but I'm making the video, is I forgot to run a patch inside the barrel, dry it out, and oil it back up. Sorry guys, I don't do that, but give it a little twist, push it through, it comes out dirty, and we'll put this patch in there. I'll run the whole patch in there. It's going to be a little tight, but it'll run through. See, when you get that on there and it gets kind of tight to pull it out, all you have to do is push down and grab the rag. And that's pretty clean. So what I'm going to do now is run one with a little bit of oil. And with this, I'm going to make it to where it's not real tight. Spray it with rim oil and run it through there. And that's it. You're good. Look through it, make sure it's shiny, make sure you don't get any dripping oil in there. And that you can call it good then. Okay, now assembly. You should, yeah, again. This video is getting kind of sucky, ain't it? I'm just trying to make it so it's not too long. Put a little bit of oil on there. And that's it. A lot of people say, why do you do that? I love the sound. But that's going to be it, guys. See, I also do that because I like to squash out all the oil that's gonna submerge, and I'll keep fondling this gun. I'll keep doing that so that all the oil that's in those places that a lot of people don't like to get it oil in comes out, and it serves as a buffer. You know, you can really buff it out that way because you get oil, and a lot of people don't like to do that either, running it like that. I do. I've never really heard anything break as of yet, you know, mark my words, right? But alright guys, it's getting kind of long. Hope you like it. What, 20 minutes? I'm not gonna be able to upload that.